Hi everyone, Monty and I have made a short journey from home to come to the Bin Forest. So the Bin Forest is a big sort of forest area which is sort of maintained by the Forestry Commission here in Scotland, and we're going to have a little walk around the forest itself. There's a couple of routes that we can choose from. We're going to try and go to the top of the Bin Forest today, and yeah, join us. So we have just came from the A96, which is the main road from Inverness to Aberdeen. Over to the left is Aberdeen and right is Inverness, and there is just a little section here where you can park your car in the car park. Over here there's some picnic benches and some of the various routes of the Bin Forest. We're not going to go this way, but basically giving you a lay of the land. So there are three main routes to the bin. One is the red route known as the Fernie No Trail, which says it's 1 3/4 miles or 2.8 kilometres, and it says about an hour it would take, and it is a sort of moderate walk. The Queen Trail or Queen Tree Trail is a blue walk, and it's a moderate walk lasting for 3.5 miles or 5.5 kilometres, and it says allowed 2 hours. And the one we're going to try and attempt to do is the Gallon of Water Trail, which is the yellow one, 3.25 miles or 6 kilometres, and it says allow 2.5 hours. We're going to go this way, over to the left, if you want to have a little read of it. Yeah, there are a few more picnic benches over here as well. And yeah, the actual route for this one is over here in this gap here. Over to the right are obviously what is used for a lot for sort of the Forestry Commission vehicles, and also there's houses up in that direction as well. So we're going to go this way, and we've got a little bit of a climb ahead of us before we get to the top of this part of the walk. So I'm just going to sort of stop the video here and we'll pick it up at the top. So that's the direction we've came from. We're just heading up here. There's a couple of like branches and routes, tree routes as we go on, but it's quite a clear path, but it's a little bit of a climb. So that's almost the first climb over and done with. Just the last little bit we've got to walk to. And you can go right down this way, but we're actually going to go left. So you can go that way for another route, but you come this way. You can see there the post just there for the yellow route is just here. And of course, like most forests, they'll be cutting trees and leaving logs at the side. So yeah, that sign there was just saying keep off the logs. Not a sign up here for one, but yeah, advisable to stay off the logs there. You can probably hear the traffic in the distance if I just be quiet for a second. Hopefully you can pick it up. So the A96 does run along the sort of left side of the forest. So it runs between Aberdeen and Inverness, and yeah, very busy road. In fact, I'm going to just flip the camera over. Probably can't see it, but just behind those trees there is the A96. I think this is Monty's second time around the bin, and we took him around there about a month or two ago. So this is the second time. He's never done this route before, so it's a first for him. But I've done this route and many other routes along the bin numerous times, hundreds of times, mainly running. I've walked it a few times as well, but yeah, running, when I was consistently running, 40, 50, 60 kilometres a week, I would spend hours up here, either running from home up to the forest. I wouldn't take the car that often because it's pretty much quite close to home, so I would run up here at different routes, and yeah, it's a great place. I spent a lot of hours up here, sort of pounding the turf, pounding the tarmac, even the mud as well, jumping over tree branches, logs, snow and ice as well, sort of all environments and all weather. Just got another little climb up here. We will at some point in the near future take a left. I'll pick up that video, the video when we get to that point. We've probably got another 3 or 4 minutes, if not less, to get to that stage though. So yeah, we'll continue on for now and we'll pick it up in a minute. It's actually a couple of months since I came down this way last. So we're going to take a left here. Up there is actually part of the Huntly Room to Roan half marathon route, which happens every September, the first Saturday in September. And I've done that route quite a few times, either on race day or just in training. But yeah, the route follows this way. Quite a lot of rocks and stones at this bit, quite uneven, as you can see. So if you're imagining maybe quite a few runners on this narrow path, just got to make sure that you don't sort of trip up on the roots of the stones or the mud or just anything like that, even sort of holes that are kicking about. This place looks in a way unrecognisable since the last time I came. Lots of trees that have fallen, lots of trees that have been cut down as well. Much more open than what it used to be. Just to act as sort of a guide as well for like distances, from the car park to sort of this spot here is 1.5 kilometres. Just in case you are intending on walking it or running it. It's taken us just under 20 minutes to get here. But obviously if you're running, you can maybe get here in, I don't know, 10 minutes or less, or could be more depending on your ability. So I used to spend, or sometimes do still spend a lot of time up here when I was running. In lockdown especially, I spent hours up here running. Even I did my sort of like my first ever marathon, or unofficial marathon. Part of it was around the town, but about half of it was within the bin, doing the various routes, sometimes twice. Very challenging. And sort of going back to the Huntly Room to Run series, happens this first Saturday of September. They have like a 5k route, which is around the Castle Hotel. The 10k route is around the Castle Hotel, but also around part of the bin. And then the half marathon is around the Castle Hotel, but also around this part of the bin, the yellow route. And it's very challenging. People say it's one of the toughest ones in Aberdeenshire. The joys of having a dog when you're trying to film. I was just cut off there speaking because Monty was doing his business. But anyway, I can't actually remember what I was speaking about. But we just came from this direction over here. We could go right, we could go left. This is actually where we're going up the hill. This is one of the more challenging hills of this route. Also part of the Huntly half marathon run. I think it must be a couple of 100 metres this hill. Quite steep, very narrow as you can see. And if you're in the race, there's not much hope of you getting past someone unless they sort of get out of the way for you. And Monty, he's sort of here in the background. But yeah, even when we get to the top, we'll get quite a good view of some of the forest as well, and sort of any other views. Lots of heather, you can see the sort of purple heather. At least I think it's heather, left and right of us. Right, not even at the top yet, but you can see some great views up here. But yeah, we're just going to carry on a bit further, and I think it does open up to get a better view. So we just made it to the top. Not much of a view. There's a great view there, but trees are blocking there, so it's overgrown since the last time I was here. But yeah, top of that hill we take a left and we'll go this way. Sort of see some of the sizes of some of these trees. I don't know how big a lot of them would be, but yeah, they're absolutely massive. Some of them are thicker, some of them are a bit thinner than others. And it's said that quite a few of them sort of date back to the 1840s, and some of the oldest trees in the country, or the oldest firs in the country, are here. I was working today as well, got finished at 2 o'clock, so it's now about 3:30 in the afternoon, so it's quite good to have this sort of time to chill out, and sort of, well, people say it's maybe not chilling out, but this is sort of a good thing to be doing, getting out there with a dog for a nice sort of walk in the fresh air, sort of having that time before like other people finish their work at 5, or even later. It's good having this sort of time to do these sort of things. We have came to like a sort of fork in the road. I think the left takes you down to the main road, but we're going to go right. As you can see, the the yellow post here. There's also a yellow post here where we came from that road there. But yeah, we're gonna go this way now. Don't know how well you can hear that. I was trying to get some sound of some of the trees creaking. I think some of them are sort of on the edge of falling over. It just feels like, or sounds like, they're about to fall over. Monty was a bit concerned for a moment there as well. You can also see the post up here on the left hand side. So we're actually going to take a right just up here. It can be quite easily missed. But yeah, we'll just point that out just now. So there's the yellow post and the rain's coming on. But yeah, you can't continue. If part of the half marathon you would be continuing on this way, but we're going to go this way. Monty, this way. So there's a yellow post up here, and there's a couple of massive rocks that we're having to walk through as well, and we'll pick it up. Just those rocks there actually, we'll pick it up in just a minute. So yeah, these rocks here, they're absolutely massive. There's quite actually a few that are built on. I don't know how this ever would have happened. But yeah, there's a walkway up here. Now this walk is going to take us right to the top of the bin hill. I think this is the last sort of major climb we have. Again, the path is quite uneven. Lots of rocks, lots of stones, lots of roots, lots of like tree branches as well. I'll film a little bit more of it. Just basically trying to watch where I'm going. Monty's loving all the smells. I've often seen like bikers go up on some of these trails as well. I don't think I would fancy it, but people do it. I've run it. I don't think I would like to cycle down it. Going to just check the distance of where we're at just now as well. Last time I said we were at 1.5 kilometres. We're now at 2.72 kilometres from the car park to this point. And it's sort of like a gradual climb rather than like a straight steep climb, which is quite good in a way. I can noticing quite a lot of other trees that have been either been blown over by the wind, or probably by the wind to be honest, rather than being knocked down by like machinery. And yeah, we'll open up as we get just right to the top, so we're almost there to be honest. We're not even got far. I think I'll just keep rolling with this video at the moment. They're going to stop up here for a drink as well and a snack. Even this looks totally different from the last time I was here, with the lack of trees over this direction. I'll show you the view to my left in a minute. I can tell you it's a great view. The sun looks like it's out over there as well. Try to just get my bearings. I think this over here could be the sort of Foundland Hills. You can see the wind turbines there. The road there is the A96. Panning round to the right hand side. I think that is towards sort of the Rhynie direction. I think Tappanoth, I think that could be Tappanoth, not 100% sure, but it's sort of in the distance there if it is. And then over here, sort of blocked by trees at the moment, can't see too much there. Drop that one. This one. Good boy. Good boy. I just stopped the video there to get a view of that side of from the forest. This is actually the top of the bin itself. We'll get a better view of what we didn't see moments ago. There's a sort of rest spot here with a big rocks here as well, and we're going to take a breather here, and we're going to go down that way eventually, I think, or maybe it's down this way, I can't actually remember. We'll suss it out. But yeah, look at this. But also look at this. Monty, you good boy? So I think from the car park it is about exactly 3 kilometres from the car park to here. It hasn't taken us that long, to be honest, but on a clear day you can sort of see for miles, as you can see. Trying to entice Monty with a biscuit just over the camera there. I don't think he's even noticed it. Trying to get us in the shot. Maybe he has noticed it. See the biscuit? So I've spent quite a bit of time up here. We do go down that way, but we actually take a right down here. So we go down this way. So we've came from this direction over here, and we've seen the view to our right, where the trees in the distance, and now we're going to go this way. Again, it's the same sort of terrain on the way down as it was on the way up. Lots of rocks, a little bit of mud, not too much mud. It's been quite decent weather the last couple of weeks, so it's been fairly dry, to be honest. Just a sort of slow, gradual walk down this hill. And I think we take a left at the bottom before we sort of rejoin the main path of the bin, or one of the main paths, I should say. So we just came from that direction. Oh, it's only less than 200 metres to this point from the top. And yeah, you can still get some really good views off in the distance there. Can even, when it opens up, we'll show the town of Huntly to the right hand side, just as we walk around here. And Monty's cooling me away. Sorry about that. Off there is Huntly, just there. You can sort of see some of the buildings there. I can zoom a bit closer, gets a bit blurry, but that is Huntly there. Monty wants to go back up the hill. He's wanting to go that way. You're gonna go this way? We're going back this way. Looks like some miniature like Christmas trees here as well. Sorry, the fern trees. See, a lot of trees have been felled down here. We've just came from this direction and now we're going to take a right. As you can see the yellow sign here. You can go left for another route. This actually rejoins the path for the Huntley Half Marathon. So people would be coming sort of when we left before we took a right back up the top of the hill. This road would carry up here and up here. And when you get to the top, we're going to sort of go left down the hill. I think you can go right as well, but we're going to go left. So that is the right turn here. We're going to go left. And yeah, as I said, this is part of the Huntley Half Marathon route. When I used to do the route, both in the actual half marathon and in training, this used to be one of the best parts. Going downhill, pretty much, I think maybe a 500 metre stretch of solo downhill running, which may be quite harder than these, but definitely gives you a bit of a breather from running up so many hills. And knowing that there's not that many more hills to climb as part of that route, it was like sort of like a bonus. In fact, I think it's even more than 500 metres descent. It's probably even close to a kilometre of sort of downhill running in the end. We just made this sort of first descent. We're going to take a left here rather than right, and this is still technically downhill as well, which is quite nice for us. And I'm just thinking as well, quite annoyed with myself because I noticed this sort of pool of water that was right at the top of the bin, and I totally forgot to point it out. This yellow walk is called the Gallon of Water Trail, and for that reason there is sort of like a puddle of water within it, and I totally forgot to point it out. But it's sort of said that it's like a shallow pool, which is at the top of the bin, and it's sort of people believe that it had healing powers, and it was particularly well known to sort of cure whooping cough apparently. And yeah, I just totally forgot to put it in. And maybe if I do have a very small clip from earlier, I can maybe insert it now to point it out. But if not, we have missed it. The grand trees that were planted were from seeds that were from North America, and they were planted by David Douglas. And now the queen tree, which gives the trail its name, could have been one of them. So the seeds could have been from North America. That is now the queen tree. And some of the native trees that are sort of native to this bin forest is sort of the wild cherry tree, and also like a rowan tree as well. And yeah, you can see a post up here just on the right hand side for the yellow walk, and we're just going to take a right down here just in a few moments time, and we're going to thankfully walk down another hill which is located down this way. Just going to just check the distance. So yeah, we're still sitting at about 4.4 kilometres, and there is a sign down here for the car park and also the yellow walk. We're going to go this way. Sort of see some horse hoof prints, I was thinking of the word, hoof prints there. So yeah, in the past I have seen quite a few horses walking with people on them when I've been running in the past. So just be mindful of that. You can sort of see them right along here, very visible. I think I've got my phone in my hand for recording the dog lead, a dog poo bag, and my bottle of water. All in my hands. It's quite difficult to try and do all these things at once. I do have my rucksack on, but it was getting quite heavy with Monty's bottle of water and his food, some of his treats, and my jacket. I took the jacket just in case it was going to rain, but luckily it is staying dry. A few spits of rain earlier, but I think sort of the tree cover is keeping us away from the worst of it if it was to rain. Yeah, we're just going to continue down this hill now. So we were previously up there. We sort of came back on ourselves. We were right along the top there and then came back down to this bottom bit. Now we're just coming down here. Got a bit more of a walk down the hill, thankfully. And yeah, I don't think we've got too much further to go actually now. Just came to this bit here. So for the half marathon route, we'd be running up this hill here and then taking a right, and there is just a little signpost there for a route. You take a left up there for the half marathon, but we're gonna go back to the car park now. Yeah, we're gonna continue this way. So we are just sort of rejoining one of the main roads within the bin itself. Again, can go left over this way, but we're gonna go right, just up here. We have came from that direction over there, and if we pan around to our left, this is where we sort of started the walk. So we actually came from down this way earlier, so we took a left. So if I'm coming from this side here, we started off taking a left, and you can go right and do the walk the other way around, I suppose. You could go right, but yeah, we're going to take a left down this way, and we're going to almost finish up the walk, and we're going to have a little look to see how long it took us and the distance as well. I did try and run some of this route with Monty when I wasn't filming. I'm still not up to sort of my pace that I used to be at, nowhere near it in fact. But yeah, the sort of the timings that I'm going to give at the end might be a bit off if you're just walking the route. Because we did run a little bit. I'm not saying we ran for miles, because we didn't. Because as you can see, we filmed quite a lot as well while walking. But yeah, we did run a little bit. But Monty, I don't think he's been well trained for running. Lots of smells that he likes to stop for. So maybe when he was a puppy, if I was sort of fit with my back, if my back was a bit better back then, I probably would have started him off quite young, but also conscious of the fact that he was still growing as well. But yeah, he's done really well today. In fact, he's done really well. So it does say to give around 2.5 hours for the walk, and we did, as I said, run a little bit of it as well. It took us 1 hour and 23 minutes, or just in fact 1 hour and 24 minutes, just under that, with a distance of 6.6 kilometers. And I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so you can see the sort of route we did there. So you can see the sort of start point. The town of Huntly is just here. We sort of started off here, and the dots are here for the kilometres. So that's 1 kilometre, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we finish up here. But yeah, the top of the bin I think is somewhere up here, I think. So yeah, it would be about here for the 3rd kilometre mark. We are just going to end the video here. Now we're back in the car. But yeah, thanks so much for watching when we've done the gallon of water yellow trail around the bin forest near Huntly. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you next time.